Hello everybody, how's it going? It's your boy, Snake Martin, and I'm back with another video for you. Today I'm going to be talking all about PlayStation's State of Play from February the 12th, what my thoughts are, and how I reacted to it. Let's put the bandana down for this one. How did I feel? I thought it was okay. I thought it was a B. A B. It's absolutely not an A, and it's definitely not an S, you know? It was a bit of a shadow announcement. They only announced this the day before, so I feel like we should have tapered our expectations for a show that they only just announced. I think that the state of the industry is about to change a lot. As I spoke about last time with Xbox starting to put games over to the PlayStation. They announced Forza Horizon 5. Since then, they've actually said about Age of Empires 2 and Age of Mythology coming over, which is really cool. I'm very excited for that. I loved Age of Empires. And I think in my head, I thought we would see a showing from Microsoft, but when you actually think about it, it makes no sense. They are still competitors. You don't want to help a competitor sell games, and I don't think that you're going to see that vice versa either. When you think about Death Stranding, it was a weirdly PlayStation exclusive for a long time. It then came out on Xbox. They just put it out on Xbox slyly, like Death Stranding's available. And that was it. That's what we've had with Xbox as well, putting things like Forza over. Since again, we've seen Age of Empires get announced, and it's just like a little news article here and there. But me being hyped up for a Halo potential announcement, I just thought maybe we'd see more. And we didn't see that, and that's probably my bad. What did we see? We saw a lot of things that we knew were coming. And I think that's a problem. They opened with Monster Hunter Wild, which is out in 2 weeks, and that's only going to kill my excitement straight away. I'm not a big Monster Hunter guy. I'm not really into the Monster Hunter grind, even though they are fun. I just don't get them from a longer perspective, unless you play with friends. Then it's probably much more fun. But it's out so soon, and they talked about things that are coming out after the game's released, like the first big update. The game's not even out yet. What are you talking about updating it? Chill your beans, good sirs. We saw some cool things from China. Stuff like Lost Soul Aside and Tides of Annihilation, which looked like a yin and a yang. In one, you play as this guy that looks like he's straight out of Final Fantasy Versus 13. A bit Noctis to him, you know what I mean? And I love the look of it. Very Final Fantasy-esque. Very Final Fantasy-esque. Not sure if it's inspired by it, but my god, it looked like it was. I love the look of it. It looked really cool. You've got this weird golden black companion thing that's kind of like a crow, or it turns into a cape. Very, very cool. Fighting looks Devil May Cry-esque. Could be like Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. They didn't have a menu HUD on it, so it's hard to tell. But it's out really soon, May 30th, I think. Very, very good. We need more games coming out this side of the year, please. I don't think there's many, which is a problem, but we'll deal with it with our backlogs. And the opposite side of that was Tides of Annihilation. I can't wait for this. This looked insane to me. It was very, very, very Dark Souls-esque with a Devil May Cry style fighting. It looked cool. Arthurian legend, so King Arthur, all that. All the Knights of the Round Table, the gang, you know? You play as a girl called Gwendolyn in a post-apocalyptic modern-day London? Weird, because I think Arthurian legend is mainly Welsh. Not going to say nothing, but I hope there's a dragon in it and it's red. It looked cool. I love the look of it. Really exciting times. I think it's great because coming from a place like China where, you know, they've got all these cool ideas and things, and maybe not necessarily the scope to be able to put them out. A lot of them, I think, usually stick to the mobile market. So it's very, very, very nice to see a bit more coming on the PlayStations and probably elsewhere, I think. I don't think these are probably exclusive. I can't imagine they are. We saw some remix, remasters, reimaginings. We saw Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Can't wait for that. Sega is bringing back Shinobi, one of my favourite games as a kid. I loved Shinobi 2, but I never beat it because it's so hard. Is this going to be as hard? Probably not, let's be honest. Games aren't as hard as back then, but it looked bloody good by the makers of Streets of Rage 4 as well, which I think are a god tier developer. If you're not going to play it, think about it. Looks incredible. But yes, we saw remakes and reimaginings. We saw Onimusha 2 is coming, as well as Onimusha Way of the Sword. They finally showed gameplay of that. Looked great, but looks like it definitely needs work. It's out in 2026, which I think is a bit annoying, because why do they announce things so far in advance? Like it, but come on. It's literally a year away. Same with Saros as well. Like, don't show me it unless it's out in like 5 months at the most, okay? Because the hype gets unreasonable, and then it's very difficult to keep up to that hype. You know, when a game is that good or that hyped beforehand, you're going to be like up here, and if it doesn't hit up there, then how is it? It just makes it so much harder. Sonic Racing is getting a sequel. Oh my god, I am so hyped for this. It is so good to me. Sonic Racing Transformed, or Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed rather, was one of my favourite kart racing games of all time. I play it every now and again. This looks like a direct sequel to it, and I cannot wait. Not that Team Sonic rubbish. This looks like that. The worlds, it looks like you can literally have like 3 tracks in one race, and it's random kind of what track can come up. It looks incredible, and I guess that's going to be using this power of SSDs and things like that, so they load nice and quick. It looked great. I'm very excited for that. Probably maybe one of the most excited people. I wore the Sonic t-shirt for that, okay? And yeah, can't wait. And yeah, we saw things like, this one's weird, Days Gone Remastered. Days Gone was a game that Sony hyped, and it didn't live up to the hype, I think, review-wise. It got 6s and 7s. I think they kind of put that studio in a bit of limbo for a while, Bend Studio. It's very interesting that they're remastering it. Is it a remaster? Not really, let's be honest with ourselves. It's like a PC port. They've just made it look a bit better. Maybe increase the amount of enemies you can have. But apart from that, just looks like Days Gone, and it's a 5-year-old game, and they've got amazing games that aren't available apart from on a PS3, like Killzone, like Infamous, and I would love to see those remastered. Like, bring them to a modern thing. I know there was hype as well that we were going to be getting the Greek saga of God of War remade, which, yes, please, that would be great. And yeah, I think we just need to make those older games more modern. Let's make them available for modern consoles. You can put in the PS4 Days Gone and it works, right? Is this necessary? It's only a £10 upgrade though, so it's not too bad. But again, if they can make people work on that, make them work on something a bit more worthwhile, please, please. And that kind of killed my hype a little bit too. I'm very excited though. I think the outlook for Sony is weird after this. I think it shows that they don't have a lot this year. With them announcing that their big game, you know, for that one, like Sony Studio one, is Saros, it made me think that they haven't really got much for this year. I think next year is going to be amazing with Intergalactic, Saros now, whatever else they're cooking. It will be a great year, but until then, you know, I think this is definitely going to be a third-party developer year. If Grand Theft Auto comes out, I say if, because they usually get delayed, Rockstar games, quite a lot, and we'll see. But if that doesn't come out, I think this year might be a bit of a year. It's going to be very interesting, I think, this year for Sony. I think it's going to be a bit of a low year for them. But they've had a lot of big hit years, right? They won Game of the Year last year with Astro Bot. They did very well years prior. They've re-released Last of Us as many times as I think they can now. So they've gone to a different zombie franchise. But I'm very excited for it. I think like I said, the outlook of Microsoft and what they're going to do with the PlayStation is going to be interesting. And we'll see what happens, I think. I'm very excited to see. But moving forward, that was an okay conference. I think they need to bring something quite big in the summer to make me excited for PlayStations. At the minute, my PlayStation's still my main console, and it's probably not going to change. However, I would like there to be a little bit more on there, please. We're probably like, what, 3 to 4 years away from getting a new console, like a PlayStation 6, which feels weird to say. I've been a PlayStation guy since the PS1. I've had the PlayStations every PlayStation since then. And yeah, I do think that maybe this year might be a bit of a weird one for them. And that conference video, whatever, only kind of echoed my thoughts. But we'll see. The Switch 2's coming. We'll see what happens with that. But that State of Play for me was a B. I'm excited for a few things, but not everything. A bit of a rocky one, that for me. A B, but it can go up to S, and it wasn't an S. What did you guys think? I'd love to know. What are you excited for? Are you as excited for me as I am for Sonic Racing Crossroads? Crosslands? Let me know in the comments below, to the side, wherever they are. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Toodaloo.